Hi everyone, good morning, good evening. Today we have a topic to discuss how we can load Salesforce files into Salesforce system using the bulk API and the command line curl interface. Okay, here I have listed few steps we need to execute so that we can load the Salesforce file from our computer to Salesforce system. First thing is, for this demo, we are going to use the curl, which is a command line interface to execute the APIs. API in the sense, in this case, we are using Salesforce bulk API. To execute the Salesforce bulk API, we need access token and the base URL of the instance where we are supposed to load the Salesforce files. So for that, we'll use this Salesforce lwc.heroku to generate the access token and the base URL. Then we will see how we can create a job using the Salesforce calls command so that it will return the job ID. With that job ID, we can insert the file into the Salesforce system. To execute all of these things, we need to create a job. For that, we need to create a XML file. In this tutorial, we'll also see how to create a XML file so that using that XML file, we can create a job, and with that job, we can insert the file into the Salesforce system. So first thing what we will see here, the curl. Curl is a command line interface, as I said, so it need to be configured in your system. So how do you know whether it is configured in your system or not? Simply go to command prompt. There you just type curl hyphen version. If you are able to see a call version number, that means call is configured in your system. If you are not able to see and you are getting unknown command called curl, then what you have to do is, there is a URL. This URL I have listed out in the step 1. So you have to go to this URL. This is a long list of URL for different version, different platforms, the call commands. In this topic, we are going to discuss only the Windows 64. Accordingly, you can see other platforms and all those things, how to configure and all for Linux, Solaris and all those things. Okay. The next thing is to execute all the calls command required to create the job, to create the batch and all those things. The very important thing is the session ID and the instance URL over here. Okay. So how to get the session ID and the instance URL? For that, I have a separate video created, Salesforce API step by step. So you can get the Salesforce instance URL and the session ID. Step by step, all those steps are given in that video. For this topic, to make this thing simplified, because our topic is here just to check how we can do the bulk API and call command to insert the file into Salesforce. So for that, I have a simplest way to get the base URL and the session ID. So for that, what you have to do is you have to go to this URL, salesforcelwc.heroku.com. Okay, it for the first time it may take some time. Okay, now my page is loaded. So I have option here. If you are trying to connect to a sandbox, you select sandbox. If you are trying to connect to a dev box, you try dev box, but don't try to do it in your production, or that is not recommended. Okay, then provide the username and the respective password for your administrator account. Then if you need a security token, if your IP address is not whitelisted, then you provide a security token. I hope you know how to generate the security token and all, or else you can check in YouTube and all those things how to generate it. Okay, for me, I have already whitelisted the IP, so only username and password is enough for me. So I'm clicking on login. This Salesforce lwc.heroku is similar to your workbench, through which you can use SQL command, SOSL query, REST Explorer, streaming API, etc. But for this topic, we don't need to discuss all of these things. So what we will do is we will just see what is the base URL and the access token we are going to connect. That's all. Okay. So for that, you can click on show more. Okay. If you will click on show more, you will see these two things. One is your base URL, another is your security token or access token. Okay. So you have to copy and store it somewhere. For me, what I'll do is I'll copy the first base URL, and you see here, for the first thing, you have to replace this instance.salesforce.com with your base URL. Okay, the rest of the things will be as it is. Okay, only thing is the base URL part up to the salesforce.com you have to replace. The another thing is this session ID. Okay, this session ID and access token are almost same. So what you can do is copy this thing from here and paste it over your session ID. Okay, that's all. The next thing is, as we are going to create the job to which we can create the Salesforce files, so we have to prepare this job.txt file. To prepare this job.txt file, simply create a txt file with this much content. Okay, here just make sure that this operation is insert and the object name is content version, and for this purpose we are going to use the CSV. So zip underscore CSV. If you are using anything like XML, it will be zip underscore XML or zip underscore JSON, like that. Okay, so I have already prepared this file. If you can see over here in my file section, I have already this file set up. I'll just show you this file. You see my file is already there. Okay, same thing, same content, and just make sure that it is a txt file. Okay, now I have created it. So what I'll do is I will close this command line from here. I'll try to open the command line where my job file is present. Okay, in this folder my job file is present. In your URL, just double click, remove whatever the content is there, type cmd. Okay, now the objective of doing this is the path and all those things will automatically come over here. You don't have to move to or navigate to the path. That's why it is there. Okay, now we are in the command line interface. So what we'll do is, I said that we have to execute the first command to create the job. So as you can see, we already set up the base URL, we have already changed it, and the session ID we already copy paste from the Heroku app, if you remember from here. Okay, now simply copy these things and make sure that before the job.txt you have to put the @ symbol over here, otherwise it will not work. Okay, just copy this thing and make sure that you are in the same folder where your job file is present. Just copy paste that URL and execute. Okay, now Salesforce responded with a XML version over here, if you can see. Okay, from this response what I need is the ID field over here. Rest of the things I don't need, because this ID is my job ID which I will use in my subsequent call. So copy this job ID and paste it over here. Okay, this is my job ID which I am going to use my subsequent call. Okay, the next thing is we have to do the batch. Okay, we have to initiate the batch so that we can process the file. For that we need a very important thing, request.zip file. Okay, how to prepare this request.zip file I will tell you. Just move back to your folder again. Here few things very important. One is, first thing, you create a CSV file. Let me open this CSV file and see what is there. So what I did is, basically, what is my file name which I am going to insert. In this example I am going to insert two files. One is a Google logo, another is a Facebook logo. Okay, description, any description you want you can put over here. Okay, and the third column, if you see, the version data. The version data means the file which you are going to insert, right? If the file is present in your current directory, just put a pound symbol and the file name. Okay, if your file is present any subdirectory, in case of Facebook, you see over here there is a extra FB slash present over here. Okay, this FB slash is nothing but representing your subfolder. Okay, my Google logo is openly available in the same directory, but my Facebook logo is present in my subdirectory called FB. That's why I have taken a extra FB slash in my CSV file. Okay, and the same thing, whatever there in the version data, copy to the path on client. And if you will see on the fifth column, we have some IDs over here. What is this ID? This ID is like when you are inserting this file, do you want to link this file with any of the subject or records? Okay, in this example I have two records. So if I'll go to my Salesforce org, here I have two records I am going to demonstrate. One is a Facebook account where you see there is no file right now present. Another is a Google account. If you click on Google account, you will see there is no file over here. So what I did basically is, the file I wanted to present in Google, I copied the Google account ID from the URL, okay, the subject ID, and I kept it over here. Similarly, the Facebook ID I copied and kept it over here, okay, so that when I'm inserting the file, so it will link to the corresponding Facebook account and the Google account. But there is also something called Salesforce content document link. Okay, so that content document link, if you wanted to link your file with multiple subject, then you have to use that content document link. For this topic, to make the thing simplified, I am just putting the straightforward account ID over there so that it will automatically link with that account. Okay, so once you have the CSV file, the very important thing is your call command will not accept the CSV file. You have to convert it to text. Open this CSV file in any of your text editor. For this purpose, I am opening it using the Notepad++. Okay, I have opened it in Notepad++. Simply what I'll do is I'll save as, okay, and say that, and make sure that you are on the same folder. You say that request dot text, okay, and make sure that the version is a text version, not any other CSV or anything. Okay, so let me save it. Now I am having the text version of this CSV file, right? So it's just the CSV file, but the extension got changed from CSV to text. That's all. Okay, now our request file is ready, and the image, in this case the Salesforce logo and the Google logo which I am supposed to insert as a file, are ready. So what I'll do is I'll select these three things, but make sure that you have not included this job or this CSV file. You just need this, the file which you are supposed to insert into Salesforce along with this request file. Okay, just right click over here, then using any of your, if you have any zip compressor or something, just zip it. Now you see I have a zip file over here. If you will see the zip file, in this zip file I have all the images or files which I am supposed to insert along with my mapping request file. Okay, this request file is containing the mapping information like a comma separated string. Okay, CSV content you can say basically. That's all. This file is ready now. This file which we have created are going to use in our call. So up to this point, if you remember, we have already created the job. Now the next thing what we will do is, here you see there is a job ID over here, very important. If you are not changing this job ID, you are in problem. Okay, just copy this job ID over here. Now you see here, this is saying instant.salesforce.com. What you have to do, already instance you have copied, right? Just copy it from your first command which you have already executed. Okay, job ID is done, base URL is done. The next thing which is pending is the session ID, right? The session ID is also present over here. copy the session ID, paste it over here. Now the last thing is this zip file. For us, the zip file is not request.zip, it is files.zip. If you'll remember, we have created the zip file as files, not request.zip. Okay, that's all. Just copy this and move back to your command prompt and execute. This time the expectation is you will get the batch ID, not the job ID. The job ID you already received in the first step one, this one, right? You already received in the first command. This time whatever the ID you are getting, that is the batch ID. Copy that, because this batch we are going to monitor whether it is completed or not. This time here in the batch ID section which is empty, you put it over here. Okay, now as this is a batch job, Salesforce has just acknowledged you that batch job has been initiated, but whether the batch is successful or the batch is failed, there is no information over here. Okay, to know the batch result, what we'll do is we'll copy the base URL from here. We have to replace this job ID with the first job ID which we got from the first command. Then we have to replace the batch ID with the batch ID number from the second command. Okay, then at the last we have to replace the session ID. Session ID, you take it from either the first one or the second one. Anything is fine because we have only one session ID. Okay, now our command is ready. You copy it, just run that same command in your command line. Okay, you see here there is a CSV content coming, ID, success, created or error, right? ID we are getting 2 IDs, then success, both the files are successful, that means Google logo and the Facebook logo. Created is also true, right? That means there is no error. We can go to our Salesforce instance and check. Now move back to the Google account, let's say, refresh this page. Okay, now you see Google logo is created in the file section. Similarly, move back to Facebook and check whether Facebook logo has been created or not. Yep, you see Facebook is also created. In this tutorial, you not only learn how to import files using the curl command, also you learn like how these batch commands are useful for running heavy load processing works. For example, importing files, or you can also leverage this bulk API if you have huge number of data to import. For example, huge number of account records, huge number of contact records or opportunities, and so on. Okay, only problem with this batch API is it used to run as a job, so you have to monitor the job and check the status periodically. It will not directly give you the result. You have to check the job status and get the result. I hope you would have learned something from my session today. If you would have any better suggestion, you can drop comments, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe so that you'll get notification as soon as I upload new videos. Give thumbs up, subscribe, comments, whatever you like. See you next time. Have a great day ahead. Bye bye.